Hello, and welcome once again to another fine installment of Reviewing Shit. Today's video is a bit different, as this will be my 100th video review. Today is not a review. Again, I believe. I also said once that if I got the same number of subscribers as my age, I would do a video. So I guess I'm just gonna combine the two, because that happened in like November. So anyway, thought I'd do something a little different for this one, and then I'd do another sort of a Q&A story time situation, which was suggested to me by many people. That's not true, just Kelly Hudson, but anyway, so I thought that was a good idea. I'm gonna answer a few questions I've been asked over the years. This might end up being a two-parter. I don't know for sure just yet. But anyway, so let's get into it. So these are all questions I've been asked by friends, strangers, whoever. It varies. So it could be interesting for you. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so let's start off with the one that I get asked a lot, or have been asked a lot. Are you in a band? Yes, thank you, I am. With Mr. Denny Brown, currently. I've been in multiple bands over the years, and they've all been very fun. Perhaps you've seen me play in some of them even. It's possible. I'm a drummer, and I've been in, bands like With Death Comes Life, the Electromatics, Serafina, Noah's Army, other such things. I was in stage band in junior high school. That's when I started to play the drum kit. I don't know why I'm pointing at them. You can't see them. My drum kit's right there. You can see my snare drum there, my extra one. Anyway, so yeah, I'm in a band. Right now it's just me and Denny Brown. We rock it pretty good. Yeah, so that's a simple one. Have you golfed? Is another one. Pretty simple, basic. Yes, I'm terrible, and I like it. I've gone a few times. Got in trouble once or twice. It was fun. I'm not serious about it. I don't know how to do it, but I enjoy it. I've done both varieties, the small one and the big one. Mini golf and big golf. Enjoyable. I enjoy mini golf. I'm better at mini golf. Probably because it's easier. Meh. But yeah, it's a good game to play when you don't really care about the outcome. That's how I play it, at least. Okay, so what if we said, we'll throw back to the first tip. It kind of falls in place. Kind of goes together as the first one is some of the worst things that have happened on stage. I can tell you, as a drummer, I've had there's some bad ones. I remember there was one show where we were playing a song, and I just straight up went from one part into the next part, but I went into the part from a completely different song. Joel and Bucky had no idea what was going on, but I think we kept going somehow. I don't know how we did. It wasn't a train wreck, I don't think, but it was. I felt a little bit silly after that, I'll tell you what. But that one was bad. I've had my shit knocked over. I remember Bucky. You guys know Bucky Dreger. He was in my band, one of my bands. We were in a band together. One show, he just decided to scissor kick one of my cymbals and just blew that thing over. Also, Joel once jumped on my bass drum. I mean, he jumped on my shit a lot, but one time he jumped out when it, or jumped in it. I don't know what happened. Everything fell apart, and he ended up breaking my kick pedal. That was a bit rough. At least I didn't do it that one. Yeah, those are a couple of the rough ones. Playing a different song in the middle of a song that might be the worst thing that I've done. That has happened to me. But no idea back then. It was such a small band. No one had any idea, I don't think. Yeah, it's heavy. It all sounds the same, right? They're not going to know. I mean, I didn't record it at the time, so... Yeah, worked out. Gotta move on here. Let's see. Recently I was asked once, what was your worst injury? And somehow I had to think about it, but easily I would say when I chopped my foot with an axe. I was chopping wood once, and in flip-flops. I was wearing flip-flops, as one does when chopping firewood. It was a Friday night. We were gonna have a fire. I just cracked a beer. I had like a sip or two, and I was chopping some kindling. And I thought, I'm gonna chop the log, just on the edge here, get a nice sliver off of it. And I misjudged, and the axe bounced off. Somehow came back and just right into my foot, right on my big toe, and just, and it hurt. And I didn't look at it immediately. I just dropped the axe and started hobbling around, just trying to hop it off. Until Brennan, I think, was the first one to notice, and he was very concerned. So then I thought to myself, I'm probably not going to walk this off. And then there was a blood trail, and it was nasty, and you had to get a bunch of stitches. That one sucked. It hurt about quite a bit. That one hurt. Yeah. So that's probably my worst injury. Not too bad. I thankfully didn't chop any ligaments. I got lucky, because that would have been a problem. But I remember Brennan was with me in the room with a doctor, and he pulled the flat pad right because he was gonna jab the needle to freeze it or something at some point. I don't know exactly when it was, but some blood squirted out. Squirted him. I wasn't looking at the time, so I missed that. Brian told me about it, and he was very happy. I wish I had seen it. That's one of them. That was a bad one. But so another good question I got once was, are you 18? And the story behind that is, it was before I was in my 20s, mid-20s maybe, I don't know. But me and Brandon were coming home, and we stopped by some beer store we wanted to grab some beers to bring home. And there was some drunk child that somehow, I don't know how we were in the car, and she came up and was blathering, and she asked us if we were 18, and I said no, because I wasn't 18. And then she proceeds to ask if we had fake IDs. And I mean, at this point, Brennan had his big ass beard and everything, and but she was so drunk, she had no idea. I'm like, no, we don't have fake IDs. We're not 18. So she buggered off, and then we went to parked and proceeded to go buy booze for ourselves, because I'm not buying booze for some drunk little girl. Come on. Ridiculous. I have standards. I wasn't 18 at the time. I was 18 at some point in time, but that's a while back. 20 years ago, I was 18. Neat. Okay, so, continue. Are you always so happy? No, of course not. No one's always happy. You can't be happy all the time. I mean, maybe you can, I don't know, but I'm not. Most of the time, though. Most of the time, I'm happy. I enjoy being happy. It makes life better. So I try to do it as much as I can. And then when I'm not happy, it kind of annoys me. Because not being happy is annoying. I'd rather be happy. I'm just going to start this album over again. Because it's a good one. These are my friends. They're called Your Worst Enemy. Played shows with them when they were in different bands. Anyway, how do you feel about your life? I've been asked. That's just a bit of a loaded question. Oh, you know who asked me that? Steve. Steve asks me that all the time. He's a fellow that I work with. I support, I guess you could say. He's one of the coolest guys. Steve. He asked me if I'm happy, or what I think about my life. How do I feel about my life? You know, I feel good. I enjoy my life. I'm having a good time. I'm trying to do good shit and be nice and bring happiness and positivity and all that stuff. Whatever. But you know what I mean. Yeah. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. It's been good so far. I mean, there's ups and downs, right? There's been shit. There's been shit shows in my life, bad times, and whatever. But well, yeah, you get through that shit. You learn shit. Some of my tattoos here. Release. Talk to me about it someday. We'll have a chat. I don't have time right now, but it has to do with life. Some of the bad shit that happened, you know. What's your favorite? What's your favorite saying? I don't know if I have a favorite saying necessarily, but one thing I do really enjoy saying is yum yum. We had some pickles at work the other day. They're called yum yum pickles, and I can't refer to them as anything else but yum yum pickles, because yum yum. It's great. I mean, the way like Joe Gatto, you know, yum yum yum. Say it. It's good. It's a good thing to say. It's fun. It'll brighten your day. It's hard to say without laughing because it's kind of ridiculous, but also it's awesome. I better pick it up here if I'm going to make it through this yet. I only got a couple left, so maybe I'll make it. Well, we may not make a second one. We'll see. If I can think of more questions people ask me. Yeah. Done. Have you ever been pulled over? Here's another one I got. And as a matter of fact, yes, I have been. The best, like once or twice. But the best one was when I was driving. Oh, two good ones quickly. When I was young, this is in high school, I was driving around with my friends in a parking lot at night or late at the mall, and there's shopping carts that had been left out. So we decided it would be fun to drive into them, knock them over, which we did a bunch. And like not bad. Well, one of them we rocked pretty good. I don't know, but then we don't do that kind of shit, guys. But it was fun. But yeah, then we were driving around back behind the mall, and then there's headlights, and then boop, cherries. Yeah, and then so the police got us, and I had to go in their car, sit in the back, and then just them use code words on their radio and shit, and yes, that's what we're doing, and blah blah. And the other guy went and talked to my friends in my van. Yeah, and then they made us go and show them the shopping carts we were smashing because we told them we couldn't break anything, and we didn't. None of them weren't injured. And then I remember the guy said, "Well, we're gonna call the mall and see if they want you to pay for them anyway." Why would they want us to pay for their shit we didn't break? It's ridiculous. Of course we didn't, so they didn't care. And then, yeah, mom and dad. Mom thought it was kind of funny. Just didn't break anything, so it was fine, right? Another time I got pulled over was when I was driving around like Christmas or Boxing. It was probably Christmas Day with Chubby Hudson and Brendan, I think it was. And there's no traffic because it's time back, Christmas. So I was driving very slow, just very slowly, and some cop came and pulled me over. So asked me what, asked me why I was driving so slow. I told him, well, I don't have anywhere to be fast. And I guess that was good enough for him. So, I mean, we're drinking, we're nothing, whatever, we're sober. Just a couple of dudes driving really slow on a Christmas Day. Yeah, those are the best ones. Getting pulled over. Okay, one more. We got time for one more? We got time for one more. Have you ever been held hostage? No one has ever asked me that, but I have. But not really. I just wanted to tell you this story because it's fun. You probably have heard it already. Well, some of you. But I'll give the short version. Me and my brothers were in Georgia. The country. I have to make sure you know that it's not the state of, it's the country of Georgia. We were there and me and my two brothers and my niece were wandering about looking for a place to eat, and long story short, really drunk dude in a suit carrying a bottle saw Rosa, my niece, thought she was cute, wanted to take her out for ice cream. Whatever, we went to some place, we ended up at a restaurant, and this dude, he was hammered. But we went to this restaurant and he just started buying us just a shitload of food. It was just a feast. But it was not a very comfortable situation, and I didn't know what was going on because I don't know the language, and Matthew wasn't really sure what either. And it was like, is this guy like, will he be offended if we don't eat all this food, or if we like want to bounce, or like what? You know, it's kind of. And he's blathering on, he's hammered, he's cigarettes, he's putting one down when it's half done and lighting up another and forgetting. And then at one point, he that's where this comes from. It says, problem, no problem, because those are the only words he spoke in English. And he spoke them whilst he pulled a handgun out of somewhere in his suit. And whatever. Problem, no problem. Just in the restaurant, waving his gun around. And it was about at that point where I thought to myself, this is shit. Now I'm a little bit concerned about what's happening. So it was kind of, we weren't held hostage, really, but I mean, I didn't know how to get out of there. I was like, this sucks. This is not. And at this point, I'm kind of like, I'm no longer hungry. I don't like this situation. And Matt, especially because Matt didn't know what was going on either, really, and then, or at least he wasn't telling us anything. But yeah, and then at one point the guy dipped out for some reason, or they left this bottle around the table, I guess, or what it was. And then I'm like, I have experience in bailing in those situations, so I'm like, hey guys, let's get the fuck out of here. It's time. And we skedaddled. And yeah, we got out of there. And then I think after we were out of there, Matt's like, yeah, I think he was gonna go find us some prostitutes or something. Like, what has happened? We started with my niece, how old she was at the time, like 3 or some shit. That was a fun one. It was very uncomfortable. I could go into more detail, but I shan't. That's the quick version. Boy, but that was a good time, hey? So, me and Brenna got the tattoos for commemorate the event. Anyway, this album is over again for the second time. And this video is long. And I hope it's not too long. But you know, if it's too long for you and you don't watch the whole thing, yeah, you're allowed to say, yeah, stuff. Shit. Very well. For all you who have been around since the beginning, I'll say thank you. I don't know why I did that all of a sudden, but yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe we'll hang out in person someday. Maybe we won't. I don't know who you are because I'm just talking to my phone here. So we'll see you guys on the flip side. And be cool. Stay safe. Be awesome. Eat some cheese or something, you know, if that's what you like to do. I do. Cheese. All right, I must go now. Thanks. Catch you later. Bye bye.